right, what's going on, guys? Try back again, here to bring you another live stream. Maybe, could be, possibly. Looks like we got some people waiting. How you guys doing? Can someone just let me know if you can hear me okay? L2 Extreme said right away, Team Godzilla or Team Kong? Oh, that's a good question, right? I did see that. There's a new trailer for that for Godzilla versus King Kong movie coming up, right? When is the release date on that, L2? Looks pretty cool, right? So, Godzilla versus Team Kong. King Kong or Godzilla? Well, that's a good question, right? Because, King Kong's probably stronger physically because, gorillas are like ridiculously strong. They can like bench press your car. But at the same time, Godzilla's pretty damn strong too, and he can breathe fire, right? So maybe I'll have to take a look at their specs and do a Godzilla versus King Kong, who will win. Maybe I'll go with, for now, I'll go with Godzilla. It's a tough one, right? Godzilla versus King Kong. It's a tough one. I guess I'll go with Godzilla because he can breathe fire, and so if King Kong's giving him the business, he can just breathe fire on him and burn him, and then it'll probably hurt King Kong, and then afterwards he'll probably win. Bron Snake says that no, he thinks that Kong will kick Godzilla's fishy arse. I'll just say arse because for some reason, Bronze, it even put up a thing because I guess you said ASS, so it didn't let you do it. Can you guys hear okay? Everybody hear me okay? Someone just let me know if audio's all right, because I never quite know if the audio's all good and everything. With how YouTube streaming is, I really need to use like a streaming app or something instead. Hey Marilyn, how you doing? And no, Comedian Walking Dead is not quite back yet, but we're getting closer now because today is the 7th. Thank you, Eric. And so we've got 1, 2, 3. We have 3 weeks. So only 3 weeks, and then we will see the return for The Walking Dead with 6 episodes of the original series, including the Here's Negan, and we got the episode titles, and we got the descriptions for all 6. They gave all 6 to us right away. So I got those ready. We're going to read them through together and take a look at them and give thoughts on what we think is going to happen in each episode. And then after that, we got a half season of Fear, which I think they were able to get done a whole 8 episodes, maybe 9. Don't know. We'll see. But, if they were only able to get 6 episodes done too, then so be it. We don't know if with the social distancing and all the other stuff, if it takes up a couple episodes of time, like maybe before they could do 8 episodes, now they can only do 6 because of all the restrictions and everything being slowed down and having to somehow edit people in or having to, I'm just not sure how they're going to do the whole thing. Like, are they social distancing on set? I'm not sure. And what does that look like? So I guess we'll see. Have I been watching WandaVision film? No, I have not been watching WandaVision. I think I looked at it real quick and I was like, the Marvel stuff has been really hot for a long time, but I feel like the Marvel stuff finally this year and last year started to fizzle out after Infinity War. I feel like, after the resolution and everything, I feel like it's still super hot and everything. It's still super popular, and there's Disney Plus and all that too. So that's doing real well for them. I did check out Disney Plus, and I like it. It's a really good subscription service, like all the Star Wars stuff. Everything else they have. They had X-Men animated series on there, which I love, but I have every episode on DVD already, so I didn't stay with my subscription. But I should check out WandaVision again because it does look kind of cool. Daryl said WandaVision is one of the best Marvel things they've released. Okay, cool. Yeah, do I like The Mandalorian? Said the Plug Seeker. Yeah, I like The Mandalorian. I watched the first season. I watched a couple episodes of the second season, and then I haven't finished it yet. But I do like The Mandalorian. I am a Star Wars fan, but I'm not a hardcore Star Wars junkie. Like, I'm not like I've seen the original trilogy. I've seen the prequel trilogy. I've seen some of the more recent movies they did, but I'm not like super into it. I like it. I'm a casual viewer for it. That's about it. I'm not super crazy about it, but I do like Mandalorian. I think that it's really great. I love the idea of what they did, and I wish we could see something like that for Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones is a license that got totally just dropped. They got to do something with that at some point here because we're going to be in 2021, and it's been a while. But yeah, I like The Mandalorian. It is good, really good. Okay, so H. Cassidy said, hey, Trav, when do you think The Walking Dead World Beyond will return? That's a really great question. When will we see season 2 of World Beyond? I think I saw for the release schedules, I think they're trying to do it for next fall or this fall coming up at some point, or maybe like late summer to fall this year. But I would not be surprised if it ended up being next year. So I guess we'll see. Anyway, let's go over the episode titles and descriptions because that's the title of this video. And then we can go over whatever questions you guys have afterwards. Feel free to send them through and I'll come back to them. So Walking Dead Season 10 Part C. So this is the third part of Walking Dead Season 10. What is actually probably Season 11. So in actuality, the seasons are extended, but we're actually getting in total 12 seasons of The Walking Dead. So about 12 years, the original Walking Dead television series. It's been an incredible run. We got 30 episodes left. And even though it's an extended 11 and an extended 10, it's really like season 11 and season 12, really. So 12, 13 years of Walking Dead, it's about as much as we could ask for, right? So, all right, the first episode that we're going to see, this is season 10, episode 17, or what you would consider season 11's premiere, is called Home Sweet Home. And the description says, Maggie has returned with a story she is not ready to share, even when her past catches up to her. Negan's safety is at stake again. I like that one. Daryl and Maggie fight an unseen and unknown threat. So that's going to be pretty cool. And I think they have done a table read for the meetup again between Maggie and Negan, but I haven't seen it yet. So any of you guys who have seen it, very cool. We'll probably see that in this episode, maybe the first one here. But Negan's safety is at stake again, which, you can come to expect. So it sounds like we're going to get to see for this Part C premiere a Maggie concentrated premiere episode, which could be really cool. And just really happy to see her back before the series is over here. And looking forward to the eventual Rick movies and just who knows what's going to happen at the end of this series and then how many movies we're going to get out of it. Will we still get 3? Will we get 1? What does that look like? And how sort of in the future, after the television series has ended, after season 11 or 12, if you count it that way, has finished, will we see kind of that Daryl Carol spinoff last for a couple years? Will Maggie be in that? Will Negan be in that? Or will they be in Walking Dead Anthology? Just what is this going to look like in the future as we get the winding down of the original canon series right after it's 12 years. So Home Sweet Home, a Maggie-centric episode to start off. The Walking Dead Season 10 Part C, so excited for that. That's episode 17. Episode 18 is called Find Me. And it says, an adventure for Daryl and Carol turns sideways when they come across an old cabin. It takes Daryl back to years when he left the group after Rick disappeared, as he relives a time that only the apocalypse could manifest. So episode 18, Find Me. So that one, the second episode of this Part C, sounds like it's going to be Daryl with Carol coming across an old cabin and it reminding Daryl of what happened before. So a flashback episode of him trying to find Rick. Find Me, I guess, would refer to Rick. So him trying to find Rick and being unable to do so. So could be a good one. I just like the fact that we're getting to see what happened after those events when Rick left and everything. We never really got to see a whole lot of what transpired just after, because they did the time skip into the 6 years ahead when it was like Rick's long gone, he's been gone forever. 6 years in a zombie apocalypse is basically forever. It almost would get to a point where they would sort of not forget about him, but he wouldn't be top of mind after a while. They'll never forget him, but he wouldn't be something that they would think about that often. So that sounds like a good one with Find Me. Episode 19, so this is the third episode now for Part C, is called One More. And it says Gabriel and Aaron, so we've seen the pictures of this one too, of Gabriel and Aaron, search for food and supplies to bring back to Alexandria. Okay, that's good. So that's something new that we have. So it sounds like the group is going to rebuild Alexandria. They're going to go back there. I guess it wasn't how beaten down was Alexandria? Actually, maybe it wasn't too bad. I don't know if the Whispers smashed I don't think they really even smashed the gate in, did they? They were basically allowed in. They pretty much waltzed right in. And there was a lot of walkers with them, obviously. But we don't know how many, how much damage was actually done to Alexandria. Maybe Alexandria is just fine, and they just have to go back there, and that's basically it. So one more, episode 19, they bring food, Aaron and Gabriel episode, searching for supplies, bringing them back to Alexandria. And then it says, small tragedies lead to bigger tragedies as faith is broken and optimism is fragmented when they are put to the ultimate test. I also wonder if we're going to get to see any more Whispers, leftovers, leftover Whispers, because we saw Beta be defeated. Alpha's been defeated for a while now in terms of our timeline, and I guess in their timeline it hasn't been that long. But in terms of like what we've seen, I mean, that was prior to everything that happened last year, right? So she's been gone for a while for us, about be like a year now, pretty much, right? Almost. But I'll be interested to see if there's going to be any more Whispers they're going to get into skirmishes with, little fights with, even though the Whispers leadership has already failed and has already been taken out. So maybe some smaller groups, which could pose a threat to Gabriel and Aaron. And we did get the preview pictures that we did a video on a couple days ago, and we can see Aaron's kind of got a bloody hand. They're fighting off some walkers. He's got the spiky ball hand, the mace hand, which is pretty cool. So going to get to see that. And I'm sort of predicting that I think that Aaron might be killed off at the very end of the series. I'm kind of predicting, maybe it's too obvious, maybe they won't do it, but I'm kind of expecting to see Aaron be killed off in like the last couple episodes, like the last episode or like the last 2 episodes of the series or something like that. So him sort of taking the place in the comics, spoiler warning, of Rick and the way the comics ended with the Rest in Peace volume where Rick is killed off at the very end. So I'm thinking Aaron might take his place. And Gabriel maybe too. Some people asked for a death predictions video. I haven't done one yet. Maybe we could do one. But basically, just to say now, I think by the end of the series, Aaron and Gabriel, maybe in these 6 episodes, maybe we will see him killed off soon. Yeah, I mean, we're coming down the wires, so, there's not too much. 30 episodes left. There's not too much of a stretch left. A few more character deaths, and that'll pretty much be it for the series anyway. Maybe Rosita be in there too. I don't know if she'd be one that would survive out past the end of The Walking Dead. Maybe Eugene will survive out past. That makes sense. So you could use them in spinoffs and such. But it brings the question, like, how many do you need to be alive at the very end? Do you want to have like a Rosita alive for the movies or whatever? Would they use it? Like, well, maybe they will. I guess we'll see how it goes. Granted, they did kill off so many during the Pike scene with Tara and the others. We did a video this week, by the way, if you guys didn't see it. It was all named character deaths, and it's got Carl in the thumbnail if you want to watch it after this. It's about 40 minutes long, and we go through every single character death from the entire series, The Walking Dead, up until right now. So it's a lot. It took a long time to make it. It's like 6 hours to put it together. And so we go from season 1, episode 1, all the way to where we're at right now. Every character death that was shown on screen. There were some that were off screen. I think Marilyn said, like with Jenny, which is Morgan's wife, the turn in the door handle. Because he kind of explains after that he couldn't do it, and then he did. He could. What was it? I'm going back like 7 years now, right? Into Clear. Is that when he explains it? He couldn't do it, and then she kills Dwayne, and then he does do it. Is that how it happens? I see red. I'm trying to think. Like it's not right in my mind right there. So, but anyway, we went through almost every character death in the series that was shown on screen as best as I could do. There's a lot of episodes, but I did my best. So it's in the channel if you want to watch that, guys. So that's one more. That's a Gabriel and Aaron episode. Next one, episode 20, which is the 4th episode out of these, is Splinter. I kind of like that, actually. I've been on a Ninja Turtles kick lately, so I like Splinter. He's a rat. He's a mutant rat. He's their sensei. You guys have seen Ninja Turtles, right? Anyway, episode's called Splinter. Eugene, Ezekiel, Yumiko, and Princess are captured and separated by the Commonwealth, it sounds like. Princess struggles with memories of her traumatic past and tries to escape one way or another with the help of Ezekiel. So it sounds like at the Commonwealth, they're maybe being interviewed, this kind of thing, and Princess and Ezekiel try to escape and likely fail, most likely, right? So that's Splinter. Episode 21, which is the fifth of these six, is called Diverged. And it says, Daryl and Carol come to a fork in the road and head their separate ways. That's interesting. Each going into their own type of survival mode. The easiest of challenges become much harder with their individual journeys. Will their individual journeys be the tipping point needed to mend their friendship, or is the distance between them permanent? So it sounds like something is going to happen here in episode 21. Episode's called Diverged. So they come to a fork in the road and they split up, which is kind of weird to think about, because we always see, well, sometimes they have a little bit of heat, but if you do remember, Daryl in the cave kind of screwed up a few times there, if you guys remember. So she messed up a few times and she got some of the others hurt. And that caused a little bit of frustration from microaggressions, right? Some microaggressions from Daryl towards Carol, because she kind of is getting people hurt. So we'll see what happens between them, and what happens with their relationship, and if it kind of splits off here. I guess we'll see how that goes. I mean, Daryl and Carol can't be like, apart for too long. Maybe they get mad at each other, but they're gonna come back together at some point, right? Episode 22. So this is now the sort of finale for episode the part C of these episodes. This is the I guess technical finale for what they're listing the episodes at for season 10. Season 10, episode 22. Here's Negan. So it says Carol takes Negan on a journey, hoping to minimize the increasing tension. So it sounds like maybe Carol taking Negan with her to get him away from Maggie, right? Which is good. Yeah, take Negan with you to get him away from being anywhere near Maggie. So Carol takes Negan on a journey, hoping to minimize the increasing tension. Negan reflects on the events that led him to this point and comes to a conclusion about his future. So will he decide that he needs to leave? Will he decide that maybe it's not, we saw something like that in the comics where Negan kind of goes a separate way from the others. Is it to where, because Maggie's back now, that Negan decides after a flashback that he needs to go out on his own? Does he go back to his house maybe? Does he go back to where he used to live? Maybe go back to where him and Lucille lived. That could be really cool. So maybe that's the journey that Carol's going with him on. Maybe he just can't stay there anymore, because when Maggie gets back, she won't stay if he's there. And so he maybe it's time for him to leave. Maybe he gets his freedom back, but he can't stay with the group. He has to go a separate way. He can't be around if Maggie's going to be there with Herschel and everything else. That's the name of their son is Herschel. They named Herschel their son Glenn, and Maggie's son after her dad, Scott Wilson's character Herschel. Rest in peace to Scott, right? And so that's it for season 10, and that will bring us to the break. And then it sounds like they're planning on doing season 11, which it looks like now it's probably going to go through okay. It sounds like things in the States are getting a bit better now. So we'll likely see season 11 premiere in the fall and see those episodes come through as per normal. Will they be able to get 8 episodes done? I hope so, but I guess we'll see. I would think so, though, because basically after these 6 episodes are done, it's 3 sections of 8 to make it 30, and then the series is over. Now, I did see JDM talking about being in The Boys, which is going to be really cool. He did say that these final 30 episodes are going to be really special. So JDM, who plays Negan, said final 30 episodes going to be special. Someone asked him, I think on Twitter, what's the best thing of the show for you or to you? He said lots of stuff, I think, but I'll tell you, knowing its ending is rough for those of us that have been around a minute. Really is a second family, going to be difficult to wrap head around, but very lucky to have had this time together. And next 30 episodes are going to be special. So yeah, man, that's great. I'm sure the final 30 episodes will be really good and everything. And it's going to be sad to see it go, but it does have to end at some point, right, guys? Like, if you're going, if it started in 2010 and we're in 2021 right now, it'll be wrapping up at the end of 2022. So it basically ran from 2010 to the start of 2023, which is, 12 full-on years. You can count as 13 with promotion and everything. That is an incredible run. A lot of 16-episode seasons in there, a lot of effort, tons of zombies, tons of, everything they put into it, everything they did. And then after that, maybe the Carol and Daryl series, a couple more years, and that will likely be maybe reduced. I'm predicting, and this isn't confirmed or anything, but I'm predicting that the Carol Daryl series will have reduced episode counts. So I'm predicting that I do not think the Carol Daryl series will be a 16 episode a year run. I think it'll probably be less, maybe 8 episodes a season, something like that. Maybe they could do more, but probably not 16, I wouldn't think, unless they bring Maggie with them and they bring everybody with them and just kind of rebrand it or something. But I don't see that being the case. Okay, let's see what you guys had to say. I'll go through these comments. So that's the episode names and descriptions. Which ones are you guys most excited for? So just to recap, and let's hear what you guys have to say. Home Sweet Home, episode 17. Find Me, episode 18. One More is 19. Splinter, 20. Diverged, 21. And Here's Negan at 22. You guys know I'm most excited for Here's Negan. But from the descriptions, episode 17 sounds really good with the confrontation between Maggie and Negan. And Find Me also sounds really good too, because I would love to see a flashback of how Daryl felt, the emotions he went through after Rick left, the frustration, the anger, the angst, the struggle of him just emotionally coping with, Rick no longer being there. So really excited to see that. That should be really good. Okay, let's rewind here. Thank you to That Ghost for the super chat. And That Ghost said, watch Sweet Home on Netflix. Korea is putting out great horror, and their CGI kills USA CGI. Oh, yeah? Oh, that's cool. Such a cool horror show. So he said it's called Home or Sweet Home on Netflix. So that title actually sounds like, right. That sounds like Home Sweet Home. So episode 17, it's called Home Sweet Home. I guess it made That Ghost think about Sweet Home on Netflix. Well, I did hear there was a good Korean, I'm just making a note so I can check this out, That Ghost. I did hear there was a good Korean zombie show. What was it called? I think it was called, I lost it. Somebody tell me what the Korean zombie apocalypse show is called. Is it Kingdom? Is that what it's called? Something like that. Anyway, well, I lost it. Well, Black Summer is pretty good. Parasite, I haven't seen Parasite. Black Summer is pretty decent, Rowdy. Black Summer's not too bad. It's okay. The second season's going through. And thank you, Eric Parker, for the super chat. I do appreciate Eric. If you have a question or comment, feel free to send it through. And let's see what everybody else said here. So, StreamYard. Hey, Rob, is StreamYard good? Okay, I'll check out StreamYard. Maybe that's cool. I typically use YouTube streaming, and sometimes I'll use OBS, but I'll check out StreamYard. I've never tried it before. Okay. Let's see. Okay, That Ghost. He said 21 days later. Is that what you said, That Ghost? Or do you mean 28 days later? Are you talking zombie movie? That's one of the best zombie movies ever, is 28 Days Later. Yeah. So is it 28 Days Later? You messed me up by saying 21. I'm thinking like Blackjack. 28 Days Later. Yeah, 28 Days Later is really good. Boogeyman 1976 said, do you think Tom Brady is part of the Illuminati? No, I don't think so. But I've never researched sports and the ruling elite. I have heard, I think there's some people that get into that. I've never gotten into it. Rob said, I won't watch the show anymore until they kill JDM. I'm still here showing love to the channel. Well, thanks, Rob. He's still mad. Rob's mad because of JDM's comments against T. So that's why I won't even say his name because I don't want to get the stream cut off or something. Let's see. Okay, so Morales is the best villain, said Nate. Yeah, yeah, Morales was a good villain. And he included in the all named character deaths too. He was in there too. All the humanity, right? So that's that sucks, man. Yeah, I've got a BitChute account there, Curtis. Did they block your comment? I guess you're not allowed to say BitChute on YouTube now. Oh, that's crazy, man. Wow, I can't believe that. The amount of things, like the list, you guys got to understand, the list of things that we're not allowed to say anymore online, it's like it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger. It's like you're not allowed to talk about this, you're not allowed to talk about that, you're not allowed to say this, you're not allowed to say that. Don't say this word, don't say that word. It's like, oh my God, it's just crazy. There's the what are they calling? Anyone heard of the there's a Twitter bird watch, they're calling it. Right, bird watch. That's what they're calling it on Twitter, which is basically like the Stasi. They're going to go around and watch what everybody says and report them if they see stuff, like hallway monitors. Snitches. Yeah, snitches, man. They're going to recruit snitches. So yeah, I have an account, Curtis, but I uploaded the all named character deaths episode to my BitChute account, but they don't it didn't really show anywhere. No one really saw it, so I'm not sure. I'm still learning with that option. Yeah, it's a good platform and everything. Maybe it's the second best to YouTube, but I want to stay on YouTube because everything I have is here. So I don't know how many people for Walking Dead go on BitChute at all. I don't think anybody does really. So hey Jackie, how you doing? Let's see what else we got here. Boogeyman said, did he talk about dog making out with Carol? What? That's gross, man. There's no YouTube. Yeah, that's right, Mofar. Yeah, we made it what it is. It's just unfortunate that all this stuff has happened. But, they get pressure put on them, and then they basically cave to it is basically what happens. So there's not much you can do, right? Echo said, I wanted to be Morgan for Halloween, but people said it was R. Morgan is great, right? Well, couldn't you just do the Morgan costume without having to do a changing your complexion, right? Couldn't you just do that? Wouldn't that be okay? Do you have to do it that way? You sound like, it'd be like a Trudeau thing, like a blackface thing. Trained abuse on, that's one that Kelly said. Yeah, that's supposed to be a really good one. Yeah. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Yeah, I just answered Boogie your Tom Brady question. I don't know if he is or not, but I did see this week. Anyway, this is Walking Dead, so we'll keep it mostly to Walking Dead for now. But I did see this week that on InfoWars, there was Steve P was on it, and he basically they did a poem where he did a poem to Lucifer. So that basically means he's Illuminati, which I would have known already that he pretty much was, because if he was in the CFR, he's going to be most likely you're going to be Illuminati. If you're a leading person in the Council on Foreign Relations or the Royal Institute of International Affairs or the Committee of 300 or any of those groups, you could make a prediction that most of them are Illuminati or Luciferian, and pretty much, yeah, that's basically the case. So, that's good stuff. Okay, let's see what we got for Walking Dead. All right, Resident Evil leaks stick to boring Resident Evil. I hate that game. The motion of fighting sucks, as that goes. Well, I don't really play video games too much myself. I mean, I have played Resident Evil the past 4, but I played it recently. Okay, Charmaine Park said, did we ever find out what happened to Aaron's boyfriend? So, yeah, he was in Eric, right? So he was in the all-named character deaths video. You can watch it if you want to. I forget the timestamp, maybe at about 20, 25, 30 minutes in, something like that. In the video, we go over Aaron's death. Yes, Aaron was killed off, or not Aaron, Eric. It was Aaron and Eric, right? I'm trying to, so many names and stuff, right? Eric was killed off. He was Aaron's boyfriend with an A. And so, so he was killed off around that time. I think he's in a Blue Man Group too, isn't he? I think he is. I think they said on Talking Dead that the actor who played Aaron is in the Blue Man Group, which I think is just awesome. Because I like the Blue Man Group. I don't know about you guys. How could you not like them, right? They're blue. Reminds me of that song from like the 90s or 2000s, the I'm Blue song. You guys remember that? That was like all over the radio, at least where I live. They used to play that, I'm blue, da-ba-dee, da-ba-da. You guys remember that? It wasn't a good song or anything. It's just I just play it everywhere. I don't know. Crazy stuff. Eric wants to say Superman versus Homelander. Who would win, Trev? So Homelander is like the version of Superman in The Boys. So if JDM is going to be in The Boys, that's going to be awesome. I wonder if JDM, when he's in The Boys, if he's going to be a soup, like he'll have superpowers or not, and which character he'll be playing. Because I think Jensen Ackles is going to be in The Boys also, and they're buddies. So I would love to see JDM in The Boys. I think it would be great. I'd like to see him be a soup, so he could get like superpowers or something. That'd be really cool. But I don't expect to see him. Maybe he could come in as like a one-season character or something like that. Like come in, be a season character, and then either be killed off or something like that. The Boys is really great, by the way. It's on Amazon Prime Video if you guys haven't seen it. It's really awesome for sure. Mopar, well, yeah, he was. Mopar, they blocked your comment. YouTube is just crazy, man. I'm just looking at the comments right now from you guys that are being blocked. It's just crazy, man. Wow. Okay, Bradley said, do you think Fear the Walking Dead season 1 to 3 was more fast-paced than seasons 1 to 3 of The Walking Dead? Oh, that's true, right? The third season of Fear is super fast-paced. Well, the third season of Walking Dead as well, the original series is very fast-paced too, because they had Glenn Mazzara there, and he was doing too much stuff too fast. Like the series would not have lasted this long if he was still show running it. It would have gotten like 5 or 6 years, and he would have blown through everything right away. But the first 2 seasons of the original Walking Dead series are a little bit slower at parts, but it's okay because it was more drama-focused, character-focused. And Fear did a great job, but because it wasn't the first one on, I feel like it would never be looked at the same way as the original, right? It's kind of like World Beyond. Now they're doing World Beyond. It's going to be completely forgettable. I don't think anyone's going to, in 5 or 10 years, talk about World Beyond. It's just going to be like, it's over and that's it. No one talks about it, probably. Unless they take the characters from World Beyond and they put them in the movies or something, it's going to be totally forgotten about. But I feel like Fear the Walking Dead has some really great episodes, some really good seasons, and it has some memorable stuff. And I was doing a service for one person, and he had a Blu-ray or DVD for Fear season 3 in his computer. So I noticed that. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. Because I just don't, you don't see that. So it's like, yeah, season 3 of Fear, I think will always be thought of as the best season of Fear, probably. Well, season 6 is giving it a good run for its money. So yeah, so we'll see. We'll see how it kind of ends off. Yeah, season six might beat it. Maybe. We'll see how the second half goes through. But season 3 was really awesome. Yeah. Yeah, Curtis, they're very sneaky. They don't even tell you when they censor you. They just do it. They don't give you a reason either. They just do it. So it's very crazy. But it's not just YouTube. It's all the social media engines. Yeah, World War Z was pretty good, Guts. It wasn't too bad. I liked World War Z. It was okay. Who was in World War Z? Was it Brad Pitt? I'm trying to remember. He's a Mason, right? Brad Pitt. Yeah, he's got there's a picture of him with a ring on. So Freemason, right? It's like, of course he would be, right? It's like anybody at the top of any industry typically is a Mason, right? So Boogeyman, he was on, I don't want to say his full name. He was on InfoWars, and he was on the Council on Foreign Relations. He was in the CFR, and he was doing this. He was feeding into a similar narrative to the Letter After P group. And they kind of revealed that it wasn't true. He was messing with everybody. And so they sort of on InfoWars this week revealed that he's Illuminati, pretty much. Or at least he's Luciferian. So he worships Lucifer, which they all do that. You might think that's really weird. You might be like, oh, that's effing weird. It is kind of weird, actually. But that's what they do. So you can buy some books on that if you want to. We've gone into that a lot this year. Okay, or last year. Okay, let's see. What other Walking Dead comments do we got? So, the revival, Dexter. Well, I know that, yeah, Crucifix. Yeah, that's nice. Tired of your crap. Yeah, Brad, somebody said about Brad Pitt. Yeah, he is. Yeah, that's right. He's a Mason too. So, yeah, in the club, right? Just like George Carlin said. Travis Heath, the new Morales. Well, I think we'll probably see Heath in the Walking Dead movies, so we'll likely see him again. But yeah, he's kind of the new Morales, sort of. So I guess they can TWD musical episode. Actually, I'm not sure if they can the musical episode. I think they still might do that. Maybe we won't see it in part C, but I suspect before the series is over, we'll see one musical episode. How could it make sense? I don't know, maybe someone hits their head or something, or they take a drug or something. They get drugged or something, and then they do the musical thing. That could be kind of fun. In fact, I actually would like that. Considering the series is ending, I think they should do it. I know I said before I don't want to see musical episodes. It's a terrible idea. But now that it's ending, it's like, yeah, do your musical episode. Do one musical episode before it's over. It makes sense, right? I support this message, right? I was wrong. They should do one musical episode. Just one. You don't do more than one. Don't do 5 or any crate. No, just do one episode, musical episode, dancing, singing Negan, singing everybody. And it'll work now because now it's ending. So it's like, yeah, do it. Do it before it's over. It's like, go for it. Do I like Cobra Kai? Well, I like the Karate Kid, but I've never seen Cobra Kai artsy. But I probably would like it, considering I like 80s and stuff. I have like an arcade and stuff like that. I think I have the arcade game for Karate Kid. Was there an arcade game for that? I don't know. Karate something. I don't know. That was like a big thing back in the 80s and 90s was karate. People used to love that. I was in it too for about 3 years. Okay, let's see what else we got here. Artificial intelligence. Yeah, Apollyon. That's right. It is. It is mostly, a voice. I think it's mostly for YouTube. It's like a voice scanner. Well, they take the CC captions and then they scan them for keywords. And then if certain keywords are triggered, they shut the stream down. That's what they do. So you just have to be careful. What I do is I kind of muffle it on purpose every time I say a word that's kind of not supposed to be, or I just use the initial instead. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Let's see here. I don't know if I want to respond to that one. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Okay. I'm just reading your guys' comments. I did have some others. Okay, we'll come back to your live chats. Boogeyman asked if I've seen The Dead. I'm not sure which movie you're referring to as The Dead. Is that like a B movie? I've never heard of that. If it's just The Dead, if that's what you mean, I haven't heard of that yet. That Ghost, what's your Heath theory? I haven't seen that. Thoughts on Matrix 4, Kelly? Well, I like the Matrix. There's some Easter eggs in the Matrix. Have you guys seen the Easter eggs in the Matrix? You know about them, right? Neo's passport. Do you guys know what day Neo's passport is? Encoded if you're going to type it in. Okay, I'll leave it to you guys. What day is not? Did I say Neo? Neo. I didn't say Negan, did I? Neo. What day is the expiry on Neo's? Is it his birth certificate or his passport? One of the two in the Matrix. Anyone know what it is? Dan Smith got it. So Kelly's got it. Yeah, that's right. It's 9/11. Yeah, it's September 11th, 2001 is Neo's expiry date on his passport. Yeah, it's awesome. There's also a Merovingian character in it. And the Merovingian is the bloodline that basically is the crown, the royals, pretty much. Yeah. So it's pretty cool. So they put little Easter eggs in it so they can enjoy it themselves. It's like a art form for them. They can kind of enjoy it and kind of have little things that they can kind of, yeah, Artsy Cat, you didn't know that? Yeah. Oh, yeah, they put it in there. Yeah, the Merovingian is a character in the Matrix also. And the Merovingian is basically Merovingian kings, the crown that we have now, which would be Queen Elizabeth, Prince Charles, Merovingian. There's a character in the Matrix called the Merovingian. And there's also, they use Masonic black and white tiles in it too, don't they? Certain parts, I believe so. That represents duality, white and black, and good and evil, Luciferianism, the mixture of both, that kind of thing. So, okay, so Curtis Price said there's a YouTuber named Edward Dutton, I haven't heard of him, made a video talking about why the zombie genre is so popular, and it connects to the popular mind, Sheeple, for example. Well, yeah, I've said before that George Romero used in Dawn of the Dead, he used the movie as kind of a commentary on mass, what's the word? Consumerism. So the zombies would go to the mall in Dawn of the Dead, and they would go shopping around the mall even when they were zombies. So it was sort of like a commentary on consumerism, right? That the idea that they would even do it, they're so programmed to do it. They would even go to the mall and do it, which I'm not hating on going to the mall, right? It's like I like to go to the mall too, or everybody does, right? Everyone likes to buy stuff, There's nothing wrong with it as long as it's kept within, healthy amounts. But basically that zombies. Well, like there is a term now or a reference of zombies to refer to zombies or the masses as zombies, as profane, which is kind of an inside Freemasonry term to refer to the regular population as zombies or as profane, which just means in the dark, unilluminated, so they don't have the information. They're kind of they're novice, or they're kind of hopeless in some ways, is the way that they sort of describe them in a lot of their writings and such, right? So yeah, you can look at the masses as kind of zombies in a lot of ways, unfortunately, but especially with regards to culture creation and creating popularity, creating pop culture to steer people in a certain direction. It's very effective, that's for certain. Yeah, it's cool. But I mean, does The Walking Dead have anything to do with that? I've always said that no, I don't think Walking Dead really has much to do with that. Okay, let's throw in a few Walking Dead comments that I had prepped here. So we did the one about JDM and it being special. So he said about Negan, I think, I'm very lucky to play him because he's become so well-rounded, and this kind of redemption arc for Negan that he's been on has been very interesting to play. And I think Negan Lives comic book kind of carries that on. Morgan said about the one-shot during the virtual Walking Dead family hangout over the summer. It's a great little story. It's just a little slice of a day in the life of Negan. It's great, and I would love to film that. I always wanted to film that. And then the prequel to Negan, there's a comic book for that as well. I'd love to do that. Yeah, here's Negan. That's right. Yeah, I'd love to do that. Yeah, so that's right. I think that, it was seriously like the best cast ever that they cast him. Now, when it first happened, I thought, why, Negan, the character, was based on Henry Rollins for his look. So I thought, why wouldn't you just cast, because he did read for it. Henry Rollins of Black Flag, he read for the role of Negan. So I thought, oh man, why didn't they just use the guy who they base the character on as far as the look goes for it? But I was wrong there. Definitely JDM is a incredible actor and everything. And I'm glad he got the role instead of Henry. Because if Henry would have gotten it, he probably would be killed off by now. He probably wouldn't even be in the series anymore. They did use him in a season of Z Nation, which was kind of cool, sort of that they used him. But I am glad JDM got the role of Negan. He's been amazing at it. And I'm a huge fan of the actor now. And I was even a fan of him when he did Comedian and Watchmen too. So that was cool also. But they did a great choice choosing him for Negan. He's done a great job over the years. And so I hope he'll survive out the end of The Walking Dead. We can see him in maybe the anthology series. We can see him in like a comedy deal. Something like that could be really cool to see him in. And I do think that season 7 of Fear the Walking Dead is supposed to begin filming, I think, in a month or two, a couple months from now, I think I saw. And then Eric Parker said, what do you think we can expect as far as Maggie and Carol? Well, so we're going to see Maggie come back. We got the first episode for that, episode 17. So that'll be good to see. Carol, it sounds like it's going to have some heat with Daryl this season. She'll be with Negan for a bit, probably to get rid of him, take him away, kind of thing. So that's pretty much what we'll likely see. But some more stuff for Maggie, maybe some flashback stuff for her of what happened to her after she left, her journey, and what she's been doing these last 6 years or whatever in The Walking Dead, because that is quite a while. So I think that's that one. AOTD said, I was thinking about Fear and characters that have shown up in the series and then disappeared. There's got to be at least 5 or 6, but on The Walking Dead, Heath is the only character that we don't know what happened to him. Yeah, because they brought Morales back. Heath we'll probably see again in the movies, but it is true that Fear has a bunch of characters that kind of left that we didn't see come back. Now, there is a rumor I heard that maybe in this season of Fear, at the end, they may go back to the stadium. Somebody said that to me. So I don't know if there's any truth to it or anything. I haven't seen many websites report on it, but it could be cool if the Fear crew could go back to the stadium and maybe either find a zombified version of Madison, or even better if she would be alive, right? Danny DeVito said, it has to end. They have ran out of ideas and made it so boring and just made everyone fight each other and survive. Negan, not zombies anymore. So some people calling for the end of the Walking Dead series. And then we'll do a couple more here. Karen Box said, spoilers are leaked about Daryl looking for Rick. A lot of shippers and fandoms are pissed. Well, there was Spoiling the Dead for many, many years that operated. That was their whole deal, is that they published spoilers for the series. I think they're shut down now, aren't they? Or at least maybe they're not as active as they used to be, that kind of thing. And so, but stuff's going to get out there. It's always going to be how it is. You can't lock it up 100% as best as you do. But it's always exciting to see what's true, what's not true. Sometimes there's disinformation in there, so they'll be false. And that helps too, right? It's like disinformation of false things that don't happen, so it kind of throws you off. So that's kind of cool. Like the government does, right? Like disinformation, right? Aliens, shit like that, right? Throw it in there just to mess it up. Everyone thinks, oh, that's not true. It's like, actually, it was true. But then they threw the alien thing onto it, and it sounded untrue after that, right? It's like, yeah, a reptilian thing. Throw the reptilian thing in there. It just screws everybody up. And they're like, obviously, this is bullshit, right? It's like, perfect. That's right. Young Wayne says, Dwight's cooler than Daryl. I don't know if I'd say that Dwight's cooler than Daryl. I don't think you could say maybe anybody's cooler than Daryl in The Walking Dead. Where is he? Right there. So, yeah, I wouldn't say Dwight's cooler than Daryl, but they're both cool. And, Daryl is awesome. I'm glad he's still there. So, yeah. Bradley, I already answered you. I'm not really watching WandaVision. No, I just looked at it real quick, but I'm not really into it. And I think that's everything that I got prepped for this one for you guys. Lawrence asked me if I watched The Blacklist. Not really. I watched a few. I did some reviews for some early episodes, but I didn't stick with it every year. I did like the main actor who was in the second Avengers. He was Ultron, right? In the second Avengers movie. So that was kind of cool. Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Let's see here. So, okay. All right, let's see. Boogeyman says he finds Maggie boring. Well, I don't find her boring, but it's cool. I'm just glad she's back. That's all. And it'll be cool to see her with Herschel and everything. That's going to be awesome to see in these episodes. So I'm excited for that. Let's see. Any other questions here? Yeah, we never did. Somebody said that, John Smith said if Darabont was still there, it would be better. It is kind of funny that I still have not heard how that lawsuit turned out with Darabont, even till now. I still have not heard, did he lose the lawsuit? Did it get thrown out? Did they settle? What happened with that? Because I still have not heard what was the case. Yeah, Z Nation was good, Boogeyman. I did like Z Nation. Let's see, what else we got here? Yeah, Better Call Saul, Bradley. I kind of forgot about Better Call Saul. Apollyon 8 said YouTube search the best. So are you talking about Alan Watt there, Apollyon? He does a great job. I'm a huge fan of Alan Watt, and he explains some really, really good stuff, which we may get into. I wanted to do one on aliens, looking at gray aliens, like a live stream about aliens. So we might do that. Won't do it in this one, but I kind of do want to do that because I think it's good, because Aliens is really good if you look back on grays, like particularly with gray aliens. HG, yeah, here's a book here, The Open Conspiracy by H.G. Wells. Now, he's the one who pretty sure he did War of the Worlds. Is that right? It was one of these, oligarch people. War of the Worlds. So we might do one on aliens, because I am absolutely convinced H.G. Wells. Was it War of the Worlds. War of the Worlds. I'm 100% convinced that the entire alien thing is completely culture creation. It's completely social engineering, 100%. I don't think there's anything to it whatsoever. I think it's completely a Masonic, made-up, psychological phenomenon. If anything, demons. So maybe we'll do a video getting into that and live stream on that, because it's pretty cool. I got some stuff prepped for that. Well, I think that's most of what I got for Walking Dead for you guys tonight, for the episode descriptions and such. So we won't keep it going too long, because I want people to be able to watch it later. Jackie, are you a believer? Okay, good. Maybe we can do that pretty soon. I'll think about it. Maybe I'll do it after this. Yeah, Demons, Boogeyman. Right, exactly. So we can go through that a little bit. But Lawrence asked if I accept donations. Yeah, you can send a super chat through, Lawrence, if you want to. Or you can do Patreon, patreon.com /TrevChan2. Maybe I'll get the link for you. Patreon.com /TrevChan2. And even $1, $1 a month. I don't ask people for much or anything. If you want to tip $1.50 a month, that's $1. That would be really cool. You can do that. If even a number of people did $1 a month, that would be great. So that'd be cool. But you don't have to if you don't want to. Or if you can't afford it, well, just about anybody can afford $1 a month. But if you want to anyway, that's where you can do that. Okay, let's see. Maybe a couple more questions from you guys. Any other good ones here? Let's see. Yeah, so Resident Evil said, Trev, they are connecting the X-Men Fox universe with Marvel through WandaVision. Oh, that's cool. Then I have to check it out because I love X-Men. So that's that'll be cool, man. I want to see that for sure. Okay, let's see. What did you say, Dan, about Time Magazine? Do you mean about where they admitted that basically I want to say the word, the E was pretty much fixed, where they basically admitted it? Is that what you're getting onto? Yeah, pretty much Time Magazine did, pretty much. So anyway, we're probably not allowed to talk about it, so we won't even talk about it. But I think it's pretty obvious. Anyone who reads it will understand, like, that, yeah, it was fixed. What can you do? Nothing you can do about it, so that's fine. Okay, let's see. Okay, Bradley said, do you think that The Walking Dead is getting better or that it's better than it was in the beginning? He said, I love season 8, and I think it's the best of the series. Really? Because a lot of people don't like season 8, Bradley. Well, I think it's had really great run, and now we're just basically looking to see it, finish off pretty strong. Yeah. Something like that is basically what I'll say. What was the best time Walking Dead? Like around season 5, 6-ish, maybe season 9 if you liked it. Thank you, Boogeyman. I do appreciate that. And if you have any other questions for Boogeyman, you can send them through. Yeah, thank you for that. Yeah, Dan Smith, you want to do a separate stream? You want to do one on just aliens? We could do that. Apollyon said shadow people are demons, possibly originating from the elongated skull field. I don't know about that. But maybe some kind of demons or, yeah, Crucifix has got it right. That's right. I agree with that. Johnny, what'd you say? He said, Trev, stop ignoring me. This will stir up an interesting dialogue. Answer the question. Kill one there. I'm not answering that, Johnny. I don't think so. You're not pulling me into that one. No way. Not good. Yeah, Menace wants to do a different stream on Illuminati and today's events. Well, maybe we could. I'll think about it after this, but we'll see. I'll let you know pretty soon afterwards. Okay, so yeah, Tesla, you're pretty much right. I did have somebody that called me out this week. What was his name? Doc Nova or something like that. And he called me out. And so I said to him, I told him to go watch Taboo Conspiracy's video. He did a 21-mile laser test with Zoom cameras and everything. And really good stuff, man. I thought it was great. Now, he did get his channel deleted as well. So got to be, I don't want to talk about it too much. I don't want to get in trouble myself. But anyway, he's done some great work, and you can check his stuff out if you want to see that. Really compelling stuff for sure. Trying to find curvature, doing a 21-mile zoom test with the lasers both ways, and zero curvature, none. So that was very cool. So I'm a science guy, and I have to admit, maybe you guys got it. Maybe you're right. Maybe it is. But I don't know. Anyway, I don't want to get in trouble, so we won't talk about it too much. Maybe we'll include that in the aliens video, right? Because that could be a good one. Okay, guys. Well, I guess we'll wrap it for The Walking Dead 1. And thank you guys for joining me. Have yourselves a great night, guys. And maybe we won't do it tonight, but maybe this week on Wednesday or next Sunday, maybe we'll do the alien one. Maybe we'll save it for next Sunday. So thanks for supporting the channel, guys. Thanks for watching. If you want to sign up, if you have a Patreon account, you want to do $1 a month, is basically, you can do that. Patreon.com/TrevChan2. And that's it for this one, guys. I'll see you again soon for another video. Like I said, aliens Wednesday or next Sunday, maybe we'll do it, because I don't think there'll be too much for Walking Dead until then. So they're real, Kelly? Probably the opposite. It means that there's no curvature. The Bible's likely correct, actually. Something along those lines. So anyway, we'll get into that later. That's it for this one. See you guys again soon for another video. As always, this is Trev, And I'm saying peace later, guys. See you soon.